Today, this car threw a check engine light. The code is P0128. Quick search brings up a bad thermostat stuck open. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to easily or somewhat easily replace this with basic hand tools at home. If you want to save money and be self-sufficient, make sure to keep watching. This should be pretty obvious, but you want to wait for the car and engine to cool down before you remove the radiator cap. In the meantime, we could get started taking things apart. I looked more into the P0128 code. It's either a bad thermostat or a coolant temperature sensor. I ran my scan tool and ruled out the coolant temperature sensor is reading correctly. If this connector is not coming off, fuck it. Let's just remove the two 10mm bolts next to it. You can get to it anyways. The top one you get with a swivel socket and a standard size socket. So you need two sizes of 10s. You also have to disconnect the connector on the bottom. Of course, that tab won't come out either. So again, we just have barely enough space to get to these two bolts. Next, loosen these two bolts, one here and one, I can't see it, one right here, right there. All right, at this point, you could either drain the coolant below the level of that, or you can just lose a little bit of coolant and top it off. The choice is yours. I was able to get this upper part of the connector off. In theory, you have to push this down. Not as easy as it looks, but that should have enough clearance. Of course, the one on the bottom, there's not many tools that can fit there due to this pipe right here. All right, let's loosen the radiator cap. If you have small enough hands, you can actually get to the drain plug down there. The drain is right there. If you can't get to it, you'll have to go from underneath the car. Remove the two bolts, and here comes the thermostat. Looks like I should have drained this some more, but fuck it. Clean up any residue on the housing right here. Brake clean or something. Just wipe it off. Get all that old gasket material, or if they use RTV, you want all that stuff gone. Old is on the left, new is on the right. I am using this 170823 thermostat by Bulk Amp. The gasket, the new one is 35734 by Felpro. Just match the cutout from old to new. Obviously, make sure it looks the same. Otherwise, you don't want any fitment problems. It's a pretty exact fit if you bought the right part. When you install this, the jiggle valve, or whatever you call that, needs to face up. Quick note, that jiggle valve is not exactly TDC, top to center, it's slightly off to the right. This gasket should be flush. It should not be sticking out like you saw earlier. Make sure it's tight, completely flush before mounting this back in. Can't do it with both hands and recording, but you get the idea. From what I saw, the torque spec of these two bolts securing the housing, the thermostat housing cover, is 7 foot-pounds. The problem is many click-type torque wrenches aren't very accurate. The spring might be loose, whatever, too tight. I'm just gonna do it hand tight. If you over-tighten this bolt, strip the aluminum, you're gonna have a bad day. Guaranteed leak. Good and tight, it's good enough. If it's not tight later and it leaks a little bit, just tighten it some more. But once you start stripping it, that's when the nightmares start. Reassembly is just the reverse of everything we did earlier. Might want to tighten that drain sill caulk or whatever down there first so you don't forget. Have a little bit of easy clearance right now with everything disconnected. Time to refill the coolant. I'm just using SuperTech, the blue one, blue cap, pre-mixed. I heard online that since it's not a complete system flush, it takes about 1 gallon. If you don't have a funnel, you could poke 2 holes to make it pour out a little bit more. Well, it's supposed to be 2 different holes to make it pour out a little bit more gracefully. Just filling up the radiator right now. Also note this car's overflow is in a really weird spot. It's actually pretty hard to read the minimum and maximum markings. They're all the way at the bottom. But make sure this is properly filled up. Once it starts overflowing, let's go inside and turn on the car. As the level decreases, make sure you add more coolant, especially once the thermostat opens up. That took a while. Watch for the bubbles, but once you see the water moving, the thermostat is open. See the little bubbles there? Inside, turn the heat on full blast to flush out the heater core. Now we see things really moving, so if it drops too low, just add more coolant as necessary. That's really it. Engine is back off. The level is still good. I'm gonna let everything cool off before I top off or add some more to the reservoir down there. There is a little bit left. I don't know how you drain that. I think you have to remove the whole reservoir itself so it's not dry. But yes, I use about 1 gallon of coolant. So for anyone who's wondering, that's the amount you need. A coolant flush plus the thermostat replacement could cost up to $500 if you bring it to a dealer especially. As seen in this video today, I rate this maybe a 2 out of 5 in difficulty. I've done this many times before. If this helped you in some way today, please subscribe for more home DIY videos where I try to help you be more self-sufficient from the comfort of home.